Okay, we're going to go over the volume quiz. Let's just try the first question. It says determine the volume of this rectangular prism, this box here. And all we do is we take the area of one of the sides. It doesn't matter which one. Say 6 times 7, that'll give you 42, and you multiply it by the other side. Well, 42 times 5 is 210, so it's 210 cubic centimeters. When you ask for volume, you're asking how many cubes fit in an object, so that's make sure you get the right units. Now, when you're doing a cylinder, you find the area of the one side, which is the circle. But we can't get started here. We've got the diameter. We can't get started until we figure out that we have to find the radius. And half of the diameter is the radius. That's why the radius is 2 meters. And then all we do is go pi times 2 squared, that's the area of a circle, times how tall it is. Just put that in your calculator. That's 4 times 6 is 24 pi. That's your answer. Now, if you put that in your calculator, it's pi times 2 squared times 6, and then you hit the SD button. There's your answer, 75.39. Now, you have to look at this kind of closely. The rounding business. When you want to round this to the nearest hundredth, you've got to go to that number there. You go to the next number and you say to yourself, well, that 8, it's closer to, this 9 is going to be closer to 10, a 0 here. We'd add 1 to here, it's going to be closer to 40. And that's why it's rounded off to 40 cubic meters. Make sure you get the right units. Next question, pretty straightforward. Find the volume of the box. It's, again, 5 times 5 times 9. 25 times 9, 225 cubic meters for the volume of the rectangular prism. I said box because I didn't have to type so much out there. Now determine the volume of the cylinder that fits exactly inside this rectangular prism. Well, to get the volume of the cylinder, we know that it's 5 meters all the way across the middle. The diameter is 5. So to get started with this one, we're going to need the radius, which is 2.5, half of 5. Then we just put it in the calculator, pi times 2.5 squared, times this 9 again, times the height. So you go pi times 2.5 squared times 9. It gives you a funny amount of pi, but you press the SD button, and there's your answer. So pi r squared times 6, and that's it. 176.71. I went to that 1. The next number was 4. That's why I rounded down 1. Now, if this was some big giant empty cylinder inside, and the cylinder was inside this rectangular prism, but we wanted to fill the space between the box and the cylinder with concrete, what would the volume of concrete be? Well, if we took this entire rectangular prism and we took away the cylinder, we'd be left with the concrete. And that's the idea, just like with the circle and a square. The volume of the box minus the volume of the cylinder, well, that equals your answer. So we've done both of those things. We've done the volume of the box is 225 minus the volume of the cylinder, leaves you with an answer. The volume of the concrete would be 48.29 cubic meters. And that's it. Okay.